Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today to share with you a hybrid layout that I created using one of Kathy Zilski's photo templates that I downloaded for free from the SC&T blog. I put this picture of a horse that my daughter rode recently into the photo part of the template, and then I kept everything the same. I believe this was from 15 or 16, so I actually changed it to 2017 to match the year, which ultimately didn't matter because I ended up going in and covering that up. I printed this on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but I wanted to put a pink background behind it. The whole idea of this is that I've recently been watching some of Ali Edwards's videos, or not videos, I've been looking at some of Ali Edwards's layouts and her design team layouts, and I really would like to tell more story. There's much more to the scrapping than just the pictures and the memories, because the memories do fade, and so I want the story as the memory had occurred to be remembered. And there's a story behind this picture that I really wanted to document, but because my work is very public, I also didn't want this to be something that was visible to certain eyes. And so I decided to find a way to hide my journaling. I accomplished that by creating a pocket, or it's not really a pocket, but a fold away. So you can see what I just did there is I cut 3 sides of the picture, and that was going to allow me to create this giant flap that I could then open and put some journaling underneath. It also actually increased my canvas size, and I was able to not only put the journaling underneath there, but I was also able to add some added decorative elements there. So now when I trimmed the picture down, I'm not sure what happened. The trimmer didn't exactly trim things straight, and so you saw me earlier kind of measuring edges and trying to figure out what went wrong, and I decided I didn't want to print this again because the paper's expensive, it's a large piece of paper, and that I could just make it work. I love the paper that I use. It's from Red River Photo, and I can link you up to that. It's a matte paper, and what's awesome about that is it allowed me to make this pocket, or not pocket, but this flip page without any issues. So I have a piece of paper here from Maggie Holmes Gather, and that's everything that I used on this layout is from that collection to try and cover up the measuring debacle that I had down at the bottom there. But ultimately I decide that that's too much. I really like the pink down the bottom. I like that rectangular symmetry around the picture, and so by covering it I detracted from part of what I really want to accomplish. So I just sort of leave it and know that as I continue to build layers and figure things out, that something will come together for me. So I have these stickers. I've got those 3 blocks, and that's what makes this part of the hybrid layout, is those existed in the template from Kathy. And originally I start working with the blocks as they are, and I just want to decorate them and embellish them. I know that I need a flip tab, so I use this big punch from McGill. It's a 3-inch file tab, and just use my scorer to score the center of that file tab so that you have a place to know that there's something underneath the picture and open that up. Knowing I want this well secured, I use my Xyron sticker maker to put adhesive on the whole back of this, which gives me a nice firm anchor for this opening file tab, and it allows it all to stick together without any risk of it actually coming away from the photo flap. So there is my solution to wanting lots of journaling, not ruining my creative process, and also not making it visible to everybody other than who it was intended for. So I just take a bunch of the stickers from this Maggie Holmes Gather collection, and I embellish the outside of the pockets. Now, I mentioned this paper from Red River Paper earlier, and it is fantastic for the pictures. I absolutely love it. I love it for being able to do these large photo layouts as well. I will tell you, if you put sticky things down, they do stick very quickly, and it is very difficult to pull them up. So when you change your mind, as I do in this layout, it's difficult to pull them up, and sometimes you're going to have mistakes that you need to cover up, and you'll see that happen at the end of this layout. So that black square looks fantastic on the right hand side with 17 from 2017 in it. However, it's very difficult to embellish. A lot of the stickers that come with this collection are big, and I don't have any issue with that, but it was difficult to find something that made the 17 easy to embellish, and it is a very black eyesore given the picture that I've used and the softness of the rest of the colors. So I decided to use this piece of pattern paper from the 6x6 pad and just fill that in. I'm not trusting my trimmer at this point in time because I've already had a measuring issue, so I go with the tried and true X-Acto blade and ruler on my grid mat, and that covers that up nicely, and it makes that really dark black patch less of an eyesore on the page. I had thought about popping it up, but because I've got the flip tab, I don't need any more texture to the layout per se. So having put this there, I now struggle with the gray and the 20. I can't put 17 in because that would ruin the symmetry of this. So I find these little blocks from the 6x6 pad that are perfect to just cover up the 20 and trim that down so that I can get the inner one that I want. By doing this, the swan is going to be sideways, so I need to find a sticker or something to cover up the sideways swan. I thought about cutting the inside out, but there's got that funny little notch, and I just really didn't want to deal with that, so the easiest way to do that was to put that lovely little gold foiled sticker there. So this is where I mentioned to you that pulling the stickers off the matte paper doesn't go so well, and you can see where I left some of the sticker behind. It's fine. I just turned what I ripped up into sticker by putting adhesive on it, and it works just fine the way that it is. But in the future, I need to be careful when I put things down and not pull them up again. So I'm happy with that. I love this flip page with the hidden journaling. Unfortunately, because I did the journaling off camera and I didn't want that to be visible, you don't see me decorating the inside of the journaled part, but you will see in the close-up pictures what I ended up doing with that for the most part. I typed out the journaling and printed it, and then had some extra space at the top to provide a bit of a header, and then there's some black tape. So that space, while I love the color, I feel like it needs a little something over there. So I go back and forth between the popped element and the wooden button, and don't want to fill that just yet because I've got this great big gaping white space, and I know that I need to fill that somehow, and so washi is my solution to that. I liked the dark washi but decided to ultimately go with the lighter washi with the black in it to fill that space. And once again, I need to pull the bow up, the bow sticker, in order to be able to get that washi underneath to accomplish what it is that I want to do there to just fill up that space. So I used my X-Acto blade to kind of cut the ripped paper, and that allowed me the ability to put that washi down. And then I decided that this pop sticker is better as a transition between that colored block and the washi there. There is pop sticker on the back of that. However, I don't like the little blobs of pop, so I put a little bit more pop adhesive to fill the whole thing through so that when it gets in my album, it doesn't get squashed and then warp the paper there. I did pull out a few extra goodies from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. On the back of the bag that I stored my Maggie Holmes in, I actually have this collection. The colors are very similar, and which is why I put them in the back of the bag. And I wanted just a little bit more embellishment, and so I found these puffy stickers that were perfect for up the top there, and then the triangles that mimic the triangles that are in that chipboard piece that I put on the fold tab are in the same colors, and I was able to stick those down the side on the photo just for a little added visual interest. Tried putting all those words together. So with that, I'm going to call this layout done, and up are some close-ups, and you see what I put on the inside there minus the actual ability to read the journaling. Thanks for stopping in today. If you don't subscribe, I'd love to have you hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. Thanks for stopping in today. Hope you enjoyed the video.